What's up, guys? It's Casey Zelgelman, aka the Fort Sanderson Sister, coming at you with a Hocus Pocus merch review video that's also gonna kinda be also a lore video, but it's also not a lore video because of reasons that it's confusing. We're talking about this. We're talking about the Hocus Pocus spellbook that came out in 2022. Literally says Hocus Pocus Spellbook, a guide to spells, potions, and hexes for the aspiring Salem witch. On the back, you actually have an introduction by Winifred, which is kind of fun. So I'm going to read that to you. Aha! I see you trying to look inside my beloved spellbook. This spellbook has been passed down through generations of Sanderson witches, and you may find that I and my sisters have added a few of our own words of wisdom to the pages. Be warned, this guide to the ways of the Red Witch is not for the faint of heart, and the potions, spells, and hexes should not be attempted, lest you meet with an unfortunate fate. Here's the thing. That right there tells you, this is not canon! This is not canon, because, as we know, Mama is not actually Mama, because this came out before Hocus Pocus 2 came out, so let's just set the record straight there. This came out before the movie came out, so it's not canon in the way that I kind of wish it was, because it's really good. It's really good. So, I actually bookmarked a few pages. We're going to look at the ones that I think were important. But first, I just want to show it off. It's very nice. I've actually had this since 2022, but this came out about the same time as all of the news and all of the clips and all of the trailers and the movie, and I just got a little busy. I was a little busy to do a book review, but now we're going to do it. So it is very nice. It's very smooth. It's a very smooth spell book. I think the recommended age for this was like 8 to 12, or 8 and up, or 12 and up. I don't know. I didn't look at the publisher's thing. But it is pretty cool. And they did put their own little signatures and stuff in here. I'm going to try to show it off. It might be a little difficult. The green text is Winnie, orange is for Mary, and Sarah's is in purple. And I like that they tried to give each of them different handwriting. I think that's kind of awesome. But they did. They put all kinds of, it is and it isn't a nonfiction book. It is about, the occult and magic and stuff like that. Well, not magic like Harry Potter. Dark magic. Dark magic. Dare I even say black magic? Not good stuff. But, that said, that's what it's about. It doesn't look like book. I think they missed an opportunity there. It's supposed to be Winnie's spellbook, and it looks nothing like Winnie's spellbook. Winnie's spellbook looks like the plushie that's sitting on my bed. This looks nothing like that. To be fair, probably a little hard to print that as a cover, but at the same time, probably isn't hard to do that. I don't know. I kind of wish they'd made it look a little bit more like book. But I can see where that would have been a little off-putting. At least you could have put the eyeball right here instead of a frickin' spider. Like, I don't know. I just think that would have been a better idea. But I'm not here to criticize too much. Even though this is technically a book review. This is technically a book review. So here's an example of when they're all writing on a page. It's so fun. I didn't read, like, most of the, like, text stuff, because I was so invested. I started getting into it, and I was reading all of their comments and all this stuff. By the way, this was not written by Beth, Kathy, and Sarah, just to give you a little, it wasn't them. It wasn't them. This is Sarah, Mary, and Winifred. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding. But, so there's that. This is not them writing it, but it's so fun to read their dialogue, because I got invested in the overarching story. It was leading up to what happened in Hocus Pocus, like the prologue of Hocus Pocus. That's what it was leading up to. But what I thought was going to be canon stuff that we were going to find out more of in Hocus Pocus 2 turned out to not be canon. It turned turned out to not be canon, and I was kind of sad about it. We're still going to look at some of this stuff, though. So, quality of the book, the first thing I want to talk about. You know how much on this channel I have griped, I have groaned, I have moaned, I have just hated the cartoon Sanderson sisters, the animated Sanderson sisters. You know how much I don't like them. Now, you can imagine my surprise when I opened this book and we got to the character descriptions of each one of them, and I saw this. Is there a reason we're not using this art style? Like, what? I'm sorry. This is like quality of life improvement by like 16-fold. Look at this! And tell me this isn't better. Look me in the eye and tell me that art style isn't better. You can't. You can't look me in the eye and tell me that the old cartoon character's better than this. Do it. I dare you. You can't do it. Look at Winifred. Look how freaking good she looks. Look how freaking good she looks. It's insane. I would buy all the merch with this kind of art style on it. And she ain't the only one who got the good treatment. No. She is not the only one who got the good treatment. Mary looks amazing. She looks so good. Why are we not friggin' using this art style on merch? It just looks so good. She looks awesome. She looks awesome, and she's usually the one who gets the shortest end of the stick, and she looks amazing. Like, I am honestly, the more I look through it, and will you just, she looks so good. All three of them look so good, and their artwork is sprinkled in through the entire book. In different scenarios, you see them doing things that you never thought you'd see them doing in this, and I am irrationally angry that this is not the art style we're using for merch.
Stand back, she's gonna blow!
You are telling me, Disney, that you have these art styles, and you continue to use this? Blasphemy! It's blasphemy! Like, this just... Are you... Why? I am just beside myself with bafflement, guys. I'm beside myself with bafflement. But, that said, each one of them has an amazing character description in here. It's awesome. So, Winifred Sanderson, the eldest Sanderson sister, she crossed out the word eldest, like, that's good stuff. And she put, I prefer wisest Sanderson sister. Thank you very much. Wisest, yes. Common sense, no. And she, like, it has Winnie the Wicked. That's her title, is Winnie the Wicked. Born long in the tooth, simpering, whimpering babe, steeped in gloom. Red hair like flame, thou desirest eternal youth. And she writes there, long-toothed Winnie, ratty-haired Winnie. Wild-eyed Winnie, it really hurteth my feelings. And I'm just like, dang, you get so much character out of these. It's amazing. It's amazing. So you get that with Winnie, and then you turn the page, and Mary's, she even writes next to her name, hello. I'm like, that's a very Mary thing to do. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Whew. So, one thing I learned from this book, and it's why, I think it's one of the reasons that I was like, oh no, she actually is my spirit animal. Mary is depressed. She is depressed. Here's an example. Mary Sanderson, middle sister. Mary the malicious. Born round and pink, grumbling, whining babe, crying out for milk, brown locks like mud of pond, nostrils that flare, stuck in shadow of sisters who don't care. And underneath, she writes the equivalent of a meme. It's fine. I'm fine. My sisters love me. She's literally the dog in the burning room meme, guys. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm like, I say that when I'm very clearly not fine. She's not fine. She needs therapy. And it gets worse. Like, I was like, I'm on page 11 and this is where we're at. Like, that physically upset me the first time I looked through this book. I'm laughing now, but it's one of those psycho laughters of, that it's too close to home. It's so, whew. And then you have Sarah. She doesn't say anything. She just puts tis eye. And I'm just like, oh, she has no comments. That's amazing. Sarah Sanderson, youngest Sanderson sister. Sarah the scandalous, perfect. Born thin and pale, singing whispering babe, with lucky rat tail, hair like golden wheat, desiring ravenous love, cooing in the passionate sky like a dove. She has nothing to say. And that's okay. It's okay. I think they were like, we probably need to give these people a break after what they just read from Mary. It's like, yep. At that point, I was like, every time Mary makes a sad comment, take a shot of water so you can stay hydrated. So the next bit that I wanted to talk about is something you guys have been wanting to know about, something I've been wanting to know about, thought we finally had answers, and then the canon of the Hocus Pocus 2 went, no. I was just like, really? It's about Billy. So on page 25, it's one of the talismans of vice or something. Winifred writes, I would store away Sister Sarah's voice if we did not require it to lure children. And she says, my singing voice is unmatched. Just ask Billy. He can listen to me sing for hours and hours. And then she writes a little songy song in here. Billy, Billy, a gentle lad. Billy, Billy, a dapper cad. Billy, Billy, wiggle thy toes. Billy, Billy, nobody knows. So this is after they started doing things. And we're going to flash ahead. I just picked what I thought was important that you guys might like to hear about and hear my thoughts on. At Abode of the Red Witch on page 40. It's just Sarah going, secret, secret, I have a secret. Yeah, we know what that secret is. We know what that secret is. The secret is Billy. The secret is Billy. And, I really thought we were about to, like, and here's another thing that disproves this is canon. It's written in here that Winifred and Billy actually were dating, and they were actually a thing. It was a courtship. It was happening, and then Sarah was actually doing the nasty behind their back. But I was just like, huh, interesting. I can't wait to hear about this in the movie. And then the movie went, no. I was just like, it's fine, it's fine. I haven't been curious about this for like 20 years. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's like what Mary said. It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm not fine. So that was another piece. But like, look at the freaking artwork. Look at this freaking artwork. Look at them. Look at them. They look so good. They look so good. I am utterly outraged that this is not what we get. This is not one of those cases where, like, you should have the you get what you get and you don't throw a fit rule. This is one of those do better. So, yeah, remember how I was saying I had to back up for a minute because I skipped a page that I needed to talk about. So, on the garments of the witches, there is a timeline in here, and it says 8th of June, 1661. I have noticed witch hunters have begun to gather in the town, sisters. We must be wary. Take note of their appearance below. Black robes, axes to chop wood. Do not let them near. So we get a timeline, which is really great. And then they throw it all out the window. And I'm just like, why is this not canon? Why is this not canon? It's frustrating that this is not canon because it's so good. Like, we actually, throughout the book, they talk about the stuff they do to the people in Salem Village, all the little tricks, all the things leading up to that. They talk about a little bit about witch trial-y stuff, and I'm just like, and we didn't touch on any of this in canon because, like, if this book did anything to me, it made me want an entire series. I just made my need for a prequel even more. Like, it made my need for a prequel even worse. This was actually an Easter egg. They also throw Easter eggs in here that you're like, ah, I caught that. It's a hair spell. It's a hair spell. And Sarah writes, I think it worked, Winnie, but while my hair grew longer, its texture keeps switching from straight to curly. And you remember how in the movie, Sarah's hair switches from straight to curly as a nod to Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. They put an explanation for that in here. I'm sorry, that's canon. I don't even care. I don't even care. And then I just love Winifred's comment, thou agest me, sister. She's just like, you are taking years off my life. It's just so funny. Continuing on our little Billy thing. Love potion. Love potion is what worked for Sarah, at least in this timeline. It was love at first bite. Now if we could just tie the knots. Sarah and Billy. She marked out Winifred's name and put hers. Shade! The shade of it all. Whew. No wonder Mary's just like, it's fine, I'm fine. But it's just insane how much explanation there was for the Billy stuff in here. And then it turned out to not be canon. Like, it frustrates me greatly that there is all this amazing lore poured in here for the Sanderson sisters, and then the movie went, no. It's infuriating. But, like, it's so cool to think about that. We had an explanation. Sarah doped him with a love potion. Then they kind of became a thing. And he was actually dating Winifred in this timeline. Like, what even is happening here? Oh god. Yeah, so there's another I had no god moment for a reason. So we're still in the, like, magic section where they're talking about spells and potions and stuff. This one's for a sleeping draught for bringing rest. It talks about, like, basically the Maleficent spell. And, whew. This one utterly, I think I remember closing the book, putting it down, and just staring up at the ceiling for a minute when I read this. Because I was like, God! Jeez! This is a bit much! But it makes sense. Under the sleeping draught that I guess Mary was taking because she was having trouble sleeping, she writes, and I quote, and I read, I had a dream that Winnie loved me.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Really makes you just look at this a little harder, don't it? Really just puts it all in perspective. It just... I have no words. I have no words. That's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. You don't get sadder than that for the rest of this book. It hurts. Physically hurts to think about that for too long. God. I had a dream that Winnie loved me. Winifred. What the heck? What the heck? She actually had to write this in there. Oh, also, throughout the entire thing, I didn't touch on any of these, but I'm going to tell you right now, Mary's comments are almost always self-deprecating. They're almost always self-deprecating. It sucks. Like, the further in you go, you're just like, oh my god. You need a hug and a blanket and, like, a warm cup of hot chocolate or so. God. It's so upsetting. And then, we go back to the Billy thing. Page 210. Whew. For Curse of Llama. This is where Yzma got her potion. It's literally a llama spell. You turn people into llamas. This is what happened to Cusco. And I kind of love that just a little too much. Winifred writes, I have learned Sarah has been seeing my dear Billy in secret. I would use this curse to bring forth my revenge, but I do not think it would be punishment enough. Now, she didn't specify who she was going to use that on. She was very general about the whole thing. If you catch my drift. Yikes. On bikes. Yikes. There's one more spot. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this might be. I'm not 100% sure, because it didn't look that far. But I'm pretty sure. Almost positive.
Get over
that this happened after Billy was... And this actually could be a thing for Hocus Pocus 3. I'm not gonna lie. This could actually be a connection to Hocus Pocus 3. Spell to drain a witch of magic. It's an emerald flame candle. That would be a great twist for the third movie. That's how they end up defeating Mother Witch. That would be very, very good. Be a very good twist. That's not what we're here for, though. That's the precursor. Whew. Remember how I said a little something about Sarah being a little shady earlier? So, after we read the whole thing about the spell to drain a witch of the magic, Winifred writes, those Trollymog sisters of mine would dare not attempt this. Then again, they lack the power to conjure any spell. And Mary writes, we would never, Winnie, if I am not mistaken, Sister Sarah. Sarah doesn't say a word. She doesn't say a word. Not a thing about that. She has nothing to say. And I'm just like, oh my god. Sarah was fixing to shank her sister. She was fixing to take Winifred out. That's what I got from it anyway. Sarah was about to go rogue. She was about to go rogue, people. That would have... was not expecting that. That right there tells you she is not fooling around. She is not paying attention. She's paying a lot of attention to everything that Winifred has said and done since they were children, and she is keeping tabs, and she is biding her time before she decides to lead an uprising. Holy biscuits. Holy biscuits. I could not tell you the first time I read through that, I think my jaw hit my knees. Because I was like, she didn't say anything. Oh my god, she didn't say anything. She was prompted, didn't say a word about it. She gon' get Winnie. I was like, she gon' get her. And then, of course, we got Hocus Pocus 2. She stood up to her, and I was just like, holy crap, it's happening! But at that point, by the time we reached that part at the end, I was like, that book's not canon. That's the worst part. The thing I hate most about this book is that it's not canon. Everything else about it, dude, you don't even have to read the nonfiction stuff if you don't want to. Just get it for the dialogue from the Sanderson sisters. That is so worth it. I read that from beginning to end just to be like, I'm keeping up with the Salem timeline. I'm keeping up with everything they were doing before Hocus Pocus 2. I'm keeping up with everything before Hocus Pocus. We're finally learning stuff about the Billy situation. We're learning about their home life. We found out that Sarah was ready to shank Winifred. We found out that Winifred really was not a fan of her family. And we found out that Mary needs therapy. She needs so much therapy and hugs and blankets and hot chocolate and comfort, and holy God, she's messed up. She is messed up in so many ways, that poor thing. Oh my God. It just gives you, and it even has like a family tree in there for the Sanderson family dating back generations. But again, nothing is canon. None of this is canon, and it's wildly frustrating that none of that is actually canon. I would love it if we could just take some of those elements and plug them into the actual canon timeline, because it's so good. It's so friggin' good, and I will die on this hill. Why in the name of all things spooky are we not using this art style for merchandise? Why are we not using that for merchandise? Because it would sell a lot better. It would be better quality. It would look better. Like, I mean, honestly. Start using stuff from that on your merchandise, and I will buy all of it. Thank you. Just do that, and it's going to quality of life improve so many things. So many things. And why we didn't use that style for the illustrated novel, I will never know. That's perfect. That is perfection. It is such a good book. Pick one up if you get the chance. It is very cool. It is worth it for the artwork. It is worth it for the dialogue from the Sanderson sisters. I just wish it was canon. I just wish it was canon. In the immortal words of Mary Sanderson, it's fine. I'm fine. Well, that is all I have for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't. It's free. It helps me. What helps me helps you guys get more great content like this. I was struggling to get myself motivated to do this today, and I know that is the hardest part of this job, is to get myself to just start doing it. Because once I start doing it, I go off the rails, and that is exactly what happened here. Oh my God, I love this book. Couple of announcements, important announcements. The fan mail address is up. It is in the description of this channel, and it's important to get them in ASAP if you want them opened by the birthday stream, which is Sunday, April 14th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and thanks to American shenanigans with time, it is actually 8 p.m. UK time, not 9 p.m. because Spring Forward happened. We discovered that was an issue this weekend for stream. My bad. My bad. I forgot that the rest of the world doesn't acknowledge the American shenanigans with the time, so that's fine. We're gonna get it fixed. It's 8 p.m. UK time for the birthday stream. There's your clarification there. If you want to participate in the Hocus Pocus Birthday Bash Bean Boozled Trivia, if you want to try to Bean Boozle me with your questions, join our Discord. Join the Discord. You're going to submit your questions over there. Our moderators are going to put together the quiz to be given to me live by one of my best friends in the whole world, and we're going to do that, and we're going to open fan mail, and I'm going to do a live Q&A. It's going to be a lot of fun. Details for participation, among other things, is in the community tab over on the channel, which is where you're at now. I can't speak, it's getting late. Just look for this picture. Just look for this picture. And you'll find the post. Wednesday night, because I have a conference thing on Thursday, we're going to be back on Twitch. We're going to start playing Hogwarts Legacy. I'm very much excited for that. We're going to play Hogwarts Legacy for the very first night, and then not Saturday, because again, I have work shenanigans that are messing with everything. Friday night, we'll be back here on the channel doing another Black Flame Gaming with Mary Sanderson's playthrough of Pokemon Heart Gold Randomized Nuzlocke Edition, which is going swimmingly right now, I must say. It was quite fun this past weekend, so there's that. If you're a regular on this channel, please remember to drop a like and share your thoughts on this book review down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Casey Zolman, aka the Fort Sanderson Sister, and I'll see you witches and wizards later.
I have put a spell on you.